What's up, Jazz fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Jazzmen podcast. It's Javin.
I'm Jake.
I'm Spencer.
And today we've got another edition of the, just kind of going through the games for the past week, talking about some news, a very exciting scoring performance, not on the Jazz or with the Jazz, but still worth mentioning. We're gonna have your FOI numbers. Let's just get into it. Start with the Bucks game.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch too much of this game. Everyone kind of struggled. Didn't really shoot very well. Keyonte was all right. Went ice cold, 2 for 8 from 3.
Yeah.
But the bright side, he did go 12 for 13 from the free throw line, which was really good. But I mean, besides that, I mean, there were a few good performances. Bryce had 17 on pretty good shooting percentage. Yeah, do you guys have anything else?
Yeah, Cody had a double-double, which might be one of the first of his career. I don't know, it stood out to me. I was like, whoa, he had a double-double. The score looks wider than like the game was more competitive than the final score showed. I thought like they went on a little run right at the end. So it was a pretty good tank game, and the Bucks they're ahead of us in like the tank race, but it's still good to give them a win.
I'm not very worried about the Bucks as far as like losing our pick with them because Giannis is back. It's not like they're really playing for a good pick anyway. I don't know if they even have a pick in this draft in the top 10, so like I'm not super worried about it. I think the bright spot of the game was probably Cody's double-double. Like he is in the paint a lot. And so you want to see him using his length and like his IQ to pull down more rebounds because it kind of seems like something he should be able to do. Granted, he's like not a big guy. Like he's long and he's tall, but he's not super heavy. So I'm sure that like it's not super easy for him to just pull down rebounds all the time. But I think that can add a ton of value to him as a player if he's able to consistently get, like 6 to 8 rebounds a game. And a double-double is awesome. Like I'm always going to be excited when Cody scores in double digits. And yeah, what Spencer was saying, it was like you look at the final score, we lost by 14. That's like, oh, that stinks. But we were in the lead for most of the game and just kind of sneeze the lead away, and it's not what you want out of a playoff team, but we need to be the opposite of that. So I'll take 3 winning quarters of basketball and then losing in the fourth.
Yeah.
And that's a trend that we'll talk about again in another game. But before we talk about that game, there was the Warriors game, which we did win, and this game was actually exciting. It was close, and the body came up clutch.
The body. Let's go.
Like the clutch 3. Jake, what did you think?
Kyle Filipowski had himself a night. That was a great game from Flip. 19-15, 5-3, which is insanely solid. Bryce had a great game. He's been on the upward trend recently. And I mean, we'll talk about him later for like just in next game, but this was a great performance by Bryce, but like Blake Hinson, man, what a shot.
Yeah, the dude, he's got such a great story. Like,
yeah,
such
a likable dude.
He's drafted or not drafted, I don't think. Plays in the G League for a few years. He's kind of bouncing around. Been with the Trailblazers G League team for a bit. And he finally like gets called up by the Jazz, and we give him a chance, and he's just been absolutely smoking since his debut. Honestly, like Joe Ingles was an old rookie that we called up from another league, and he turned out to be pretty good. So maybe Blake is our new old rookie that's good at shooting threes. Maybe he's the new Splash Uncle.
It's not that old, but
the Splash Body.
Yeah, the Splash
Body. I mean, he's not old, but like Joe Ingles was 27 when we
he's a 27-year-old rookie.
How old is Hinson?
Yeah, Blake Hinson's 26.
Oh, okay.
So not close, but yeah, He's been really proven his worth to
Yeah.
I mean, it's very great that he is a two-way player for us.
Mhm.
So like nobody can really snatch him up until his contract's up. But I mean, he's proven his worth to both the Jazz and the rest of the league of why he can be a viable, bench player. Yeah, just for any team.
I loved his post game interview afterwards with he was getting interviewed by David Locke and he was just talking. He was like, I really like the quote where he's like, I really like this job. I want to keep this job. That like mentality is so endearing to me now because like, everyone likes the stars. You love Shea, you love Jokic, the guys that are like guaranteed to be in the league for like 20 years. I really like the stories of the guys like, Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, Blake Hinson, guys that like they're aware of the spot that they're in their careers where like they're just playing to a contract. Like it's not anything lofty like I want to like I want to win with this team and like be like a franchise guy. It's like they're just like they like playing basketball and they're playing for a contract, and I like that, and I liked his realism with it. He was just like, yeah, I like playing basketball, and I don't want to not play it anymore.
Yeah, they just want to play.
Exactly.
Just play
And
hard.
John Conchar had a really good
Yeah.
interview like that too, where it was like a post game interview in like a locker room, but someone I think Lauren Green was asking him like, is there anything specific that like you want to do when you're on the court? He's like, no, I just love to hoop, so I'll do whatever it takes for me to like keep playing and keep getting minutes on the court. I was like, that's awesome. I love that. That's really cool.
Which, speaking of,
Yeah.
John Conchar had an interesting stat line in this
He's
game.
had some very interesting stat lines. We can talk about it
2
more in the
point
Foy factor too, but
Yeah, 2 points in 33 minutes with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. He's just like
He only
his
shot
stat
twice.
lines are his stat lines are insane. Like
he literally just
they're
does
so
what
strange.
he takes whatever opportunity he's given and he does
Yeah.
whatever he can to just keep playing basketball. If that means getting 10 rebounds and shooting the 2 shots that come his way, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned that we did win this game.
Yes, we did win this
Yeah,
game.
unfortunately.
Ugh. That's one thing. I was happy at the time just to see Blake Hinson hit that game winner, but man, we needed to lose that game.
I was kind of hoping that they made that like game tying shot at the end to send it to overtime.
The number's already on there. Might as well enjoy the cool thing that happened.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like a good segue, but like the next game, I was just like, we have to lose this next game, which was the Knicks game. This one toyed with my emotions like no other yesterday. It was a great game, like great tank game. Bryce Sensabaugh was on fire.
Ice Bryce, man.
Bryce, yeah, like he hurt us because this dude he shot so good, at least in the first half, because he had 29, 5, 5, and 1 on almost 70% true shooting, which is amazing for him.
Well, he had that slick, like behind the back pass too.
Oh my gosh, that too.
Oh,
that was awesome.
And then hitting Mikal Bridges with the like 3 after he hit it. That was lit.
So sick.
I'm sure Knicks fans were so pissed. Like, who is this rando that's throwing the celly at Mikal Bridges? But as Bryce Sensabaugh, he's not going to be a rando forever.
Yeah. And Ace had a great game.
Yeah, he did.
21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal, and a positive plus minus.
I think this was another game where it really stood out that he didn't shoot any free throws. Because he played so well and he was making his shots, and you look at the box score and it's like, wait, he only had 21. Like, it feels like he should have more than that. It's because he didn't shoot any free throws.
Like, genuinely, if he can just figure out how to get to the free throw line, this guy will be a night in and night out, like 24.
Even if he just got there 2 times and made them both, like 25 points per game is a lot different than 21. Like, if you can average 25, you're an all-star.
I think because we said this last episode, like the fact that he's scoring at this rate at this age without getting to the free throw line is insanely encouraging. I think that like seeing him get extra comfortable shooting, I just need to see him get to the free throw line at this point.
It's almost like we have another guard on our team that started shooting free throws at an elite percentage, and he's really good at it. So maybe we get Keyonte's coach in with Ace this offseason.
Yeah, that's going to be a big
for sure
point of emphasis for him in the offseason, I hope.
Yeah.
And I hope Keyonte's is his defense, because we know he can score the ball. We know he's a scoring machine. If he can turn into, from what he was the previous 2 seasons to what he is now on the offensive end, if he has an offseason to focus in on his body and his defense, he could absolutely become a neutral or maybe even a plus defender. He's got the tools. Like, he is laterally quick. He's athletic as heck. Like, he can do it. It's just about the training.
Yeah, and we just need him to like improve somewhat on defense. Like,
mm-hmm.
and an improvement isn't much at this point in his career because he's really not a good defender. I don't think he's the worst defender in the league anymore, but like statistically for a while he was, and it was like really bad.
I hated that narrative because like you may look at the numbers and be like, oh, he's like numerically maybe the worst defender, he's tied for the worst defender, but like we all know that's not true. Like, there are worse defenders in the league than Keyonte George.
Yeah,
it's just they don't get playing time.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, like the eye test doesn't reflect his defensive numbers, in my opinion. He
hustles.
He really hustles like pretty hard. He just has to put it together and be a lot more consistent with how he's defending. I don't know, Spence, what do you think?
Well, I was gonna say, like, I know we're gonna talk about Keyonte George when we get into talking about the game, but so when we actually look at the game, so like the first half, or like really in the first quarter, we got up big.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know we were surprised when we saw the score. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, to the Knicks, really? And then halftime we were still up. Even at the end of 3 quarters, we were still up. And then was it right at the end of the third or beginning of the fourth where Key?
It's towards the middle of the third.
Middle of the third,
I think it's 4 minutes left in the third.
Key makes a jump and like immediately grabs his hamstring and actually just like runs straight to the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Knicks go on a big run in the fourth quarter and take the game from us.
I wanna kind of set the scene for people. So us 3 were playing pickup with a friend, and we know that the game is on. So like between games, we're like periodically checking. And so from my perspective, it's, oh, what the heck? We're up 20, almost 20 points on the Knicks. That's awful. We need to stop doing that. And then at halftime, it's like, oh, we're still up 10. This is awful. And then, oh, Keontae's out. They say it's a hamstring. Is that real? Or like, is that just like another tank thing? I hope it's not real, but like, it'd be weird for them to pull him out for a hamstring as like a fake injury. They could just pull him out. Like, they wouldn't need to fake an injury. And then, oh, we're losing. Oh, that's good. Oh, Jordan Clarkson dropped 27. Good. We lost and Clarkson played well.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And then, oh, dang, Keyonte George actually pulled his hamstring. It sucks.
Hopefully it's not as bad as it looked. Which, well, I guess now we know he's going to miss 2 weeks. At a minimum. At a minimum.
I think it's going to be longer. Any hamstring that's happened this season, like Aaron Gordon was out for like a month for his, and he pulled a hamstring in both of his legs in the past couple seasons. Peyton Watson is still out right now for his hamstring. I think Lauri Markkanen had a hamstring issue last season that kept him out for a bit too. It's just a stinker of an injury, and 2 weeks sounds like a really fast, like a really quick prognosis. So like, I guess we'll see if he actually ends up staying or like coming back after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
I think we probably will end up shutting him down.
And there's only a month left in the season.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And I think like we just at this point should shut him down. unfortunately, because I mean, at that point, it makes him ineligible for Most Improved Player, which I wouldn't say he was the favorite. He's the favorite right now, but I mean, like
He should be, but
up until the All-Star break was the pretty much clear-cut favorite. Because I mean, this season, man. I mean, we can give Key a little shout out real quick. Shout out Keyonte George, man.
yeah,
Like,
shout out Keyonte George. Actually,
I mean, we talk about him a lot, but like,
actually the most incredible player transformation I've ever seen. Like it makes me like emotional a little bit because it just incredible to me. Was like on the verge of like not being picked up by us like next this season. He was widely considered to just be kind of inefficient, didn't have it put together, bad defender, shot chucker, didn't really have the court vision. And now he's like an all-star level player in the course of one offseason because he just worked his butt off so hard.
Yeah.
He paid attention to everything everybody said. And instead of like shutting down or like weakening, buckling under the pressure, he just took it and turned himself into an incredible player. That is the coolest stuff I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's what makes basketball so incredible.
Now, I'll be honest, last season, like, I wasn't sure about Keyonte.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. So it was a
I think most of us were.
great
honestly.
surprise to me to see him come out and just be like a completely different player.
Yeah.
He had his like draft weaknesses as his phone background. Like that's an insane person. That's crazy that he was doing that. I love that. That's how you get better.
And I hope we see like clips of him going crazy in the offseason, like running on the beach again.
I can't
offseason.
imagine he won't work even harder. Truly. Yeah. I don't think he seems like the type of guy that just will never be satisfied.
I think seeing this jump, like, I mean, I haven't seen a jump this drastic probably ever, like for a Jazz player at least, like
since Donovan, and even then,
I mean, but even Donovan he kind of showed up like that, you know.
He was really good as a rookie.
Yeah, and like Keyonte, we were like genuinely before the season debating if he was an NBA player. Like this dude was. I mean, I think we said this in like one of the first episodes, but like we were genuinely thinking about like, oh, should we trade Keyonte if the package is worth it? That's a crazy thing to say now. Like I really genuinely like at this point. I mean, we can talk about this kind of later down the road, but I really hope that we lock him up in this offseason and get rid of his restricted free agency. Like, or at least try, you know, because this dude, and it's like, I know like people still want a little bit more to really prove that he's the franchise guy. But like at this point, what more do you want besides defense? And like, I still think he can improve. Like, I don't think. I mean, he's had his moments. Like, I'm not gonna say he's like just been fantastic the whole season, but I have never been like, oh, dude, this is bad. Like, besides that Rockets game, that was really, really terrible, and he was sick for that game. I never thought like, oh, this is the old Keyonte. Really,
I think that's the last we'll ever see of bad Keyonte. I think that game was the death rattle of the old Keyonte.
Yeah, shout out Keyonte, man. Like, this dude has totally just turned this franchise around single-handedly by working his butt off for the offseason, staying in Utah, becoming a leader on this team. That's another big thing. He's a leader. He's the life force of this team. We can talk about the game last night. Like, as soon as he left, everything kind of fell apart and there was not really any direction. Which is really telling of how much of an impact he has on this team, for sure.
Yeah, and just to kind of get back to the game, it'll so this will kind of lead us into our other notes that we wanted to touch on. But I don't remember when exactly we signed him, but this Anderson Garcia guy checks into the game.
We signed him 2 days ago,
and is like, yeah, I remember like seeing it was like, oh, like he's actually in the game. And he actually had a pretty solid game. Like
He had a great
6
game.
points, 9 rebounds, and a lot of offensive rebounds.
A nasty freaking block too. Like
that
absolutely
block was crazy.
smoked Mohamed Diawara went up for like a kind of a lazy like two-hander, and he just like sends it into the bleachers. It was a really cool block.
Yeah, and he played 25 minutes too. Like
Mm-hmm.
his plus minus was absolutely atrocious. But the flashes and seeing him get those rebounds, get those layups, get that block was awesome.
I have no idea how I even feel about him, but it is cool to see him kind of come out of the box getting almost 10 rebounds. That's lit.
And ready to play too. Like that dude came out guns blazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have a couple other 10-day contracts just to touch on. Mo Bamba got a second one, which he didn't play like at all.
I don't know if we'll sign him because he hasn't played since he got the second 10-day.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, and then we signed Garcia. And then today we signed Bez Mabeng to a 10-day contract.
Yeah.
And as I like to say, why have Desmond Bane when you could have Bez Mabeng?
Dude. And you've been saying that all season.
All season.
Yeah. That's
all season.
It's so true.
That is
Give me Bez Mabeng right into my veins.
Yeah, I don't know much about Bez Mabeng, but I'm excited to see how he plays. And I definitely do think this is a response to the Keyonte injury, sure.
Yeah, he's a 6'4" guard.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's a little message like, yeah, we're shutting him down for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And this guy's going to be getting some of his minutes. Some of the unfortunate news is like the reason we were able to sign these guys is because we waived Vince Williams after he tore his. What did he tear again? His ACL, like
his ACL,
which kind of just sucks. Like, yeah, it really does suck. Yeah, Jake, what did you think?
I mean, I saw the news on my phone while I was at work, and I was like, am I seeing that right? Like, there's no way we just waived this guy after tearing his ACL and basically, like, destroying his NBA dreams. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's just crazy. He was playing great. Like, he was probably the best piece besides Triple J from that trade. In my opinion. I mean, I
would agree.
He had really good scoring moments. He could pass. And seeing him, like, I mean, his contract was non-guaranteed, so we didn't really technically lose much on the financial end waiving him, but like at the same time, like that sucks, man. Like this dude is going to have to restart his career.
Here's my opinion on that. That does suck. That really stinks that we just waived a guy that tore his ACL playing a game for us. I think the front office, I think their thought process with it is they kind of already recognize that they probably don't have the roster space or the money to pay him in the coming seasons. And why would we keep him on the roster just rehabbing and paying him when we know that we're not going to keep him? I think that's what the thought process probably was. It is really that's cold. That's cold that we just waived an injured guy, but that's basketball. That it's just
unfortunately
really it's such a bummer like that.
I guess Javin, any other final thoughts, or Jake?
I want to say thanks to Vince Williams because he was fun to watch when he was here. Got ejected, really thought he was going to be like a kind of one of those spark plug guys for us, but just didn't go that way. Stupid. I don't even know.
Thanks, Tari Eason.
So unfortunate. And I just want to say thanks to Vince because you were good when you were with us, and I hope that you really because he deserves to be on another team after this ACL injury for sure. I just hope that this doesn't ruin his career, us waiving him.
Exactly. Like if he rehabs well, he's good. He's good enough to be on an NBA team.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll get signed if he can rehab. Like, okay. So fingers crossed for him. Thanks for playing for us, Vince. We appreciate it. Shout out Jordan Clarkson. Got bummed me out seeing him not in the Jazz, and I understand, but I also don't. Why is he not getting more minutes? He's getting like 8 minutes a game. Why did you sign Jordan Clarkson if you're not going to use him as a six man? That's dumb. Obviously, he can still give you 30. He almost did it to us last night.
Maybe this is just my opinion. I don't know if I mean, I guess the NBA is proving it. He's not a sixth man on a title contending team.
Yeah, maybe not anymore, but even still.
Not anymore. He's a solid bench piece, but he's not a sixth man on a contending team.
He's been in a pretty horrid shooting slump, too. I was looking at his numbers in the past 10 games, and he's not been shooting well. Hopefully that game against us will kind of help him find it again, and he can play well. I really like Jordan Clarkson, like top 5 Jazzmen. I really hope he can get something figured out.
Maybe here in 2 or 3 years, he'll come back. He'll be the end of our bench, and we'll win him a chip.
We'll get Rudy back too. Spencer last night at In and Out was talking about Rudy Gobert coming back as if it was a foregone conclusion. He was like, "So when Rudy Gobert comes back, when he does, we can retire his jersey when we win a championship because he'll be on
a
our
vet
team."
minimum deal.
Yeah, 4-time DPOY.
I mean, put it in pen right now. That's my prediction.
That's not a bad prediction. You guys want to hear my? I have a prediction. Cody Williams triple-double next season.
I think if there's a time it's going to happen, it would be like now, the final month. But that would be awesome.
Okay, that thought crossed my mind, but I was like, do I want to be that bold? Yeah, I'll be that bold. Cody Williams triple-double by the end of this season.
All right.
This season.
Putting $1 on that.
That's bold.
That actually segues into what I was going to want to talk about, though. Cody Williams' playmaking has been awesome. I've been really...
Shout out Cody.
Yeah, shout out Cody. I've been really impressed with it. Over the last 3 games, he's been averaging 12, 5, and 5 with 2 stocks. Rounded up, but 12, 5, and 5 with 2 stocks. He had 7 assists against Golden State, and then he had 5 last night against the Knicks. That's great stuff from Cody.
Yeah, Cody Williams triple-double would be insane.
Cody Williams triple-double would feed generations. Literally would feed generations. Better than his brother. Has his brother gotten a triple-double? I don't even know.
I know that this was making news throughout the week. I don't think there's too much to it, so I don't think we need to spend too much time on it. But there was talk about Austin Reeves rumors coming here. My only thought on it is, like, if it comes down to us choosing Reeves or Kessler, I would keep Kessler. Because I don't think we have the money to sign Reeves or sign and trade or whatever we would need to do to get him while keeping Kessler and all the rest of our guys. So
yeah, and at this point, I would also rather have Key than another version of Key. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Jalen Williams, according to StatMuse, has not gotten a triple-double. That's according to StatMuse, though. I don't know if it's accurate. Yeah, Cody, first one in the family to get triple-double. He'll be better than his brother. But yeah, I agree. I was talking to Jake about this, I think yesterday. Picking up Austin would be just a weird decision for us. And if he comes here in free agency, like, I guess that is awkward because, like, what do you tell Austin Reeves? No, we don't want you on our team. But we don't have the money to pay Austin Reeves, and we don't really have the roster to have him properly fit.
The rumors were more realistic before we made the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And since we made that trade, it's not happening anymore.
Jaren has a very, very big contract, a painfully large contract.
Yeah. I don't really like. I really don't think there's much to these rumors. Like, I'd much rather lock up Keyonte than have Austin Reeves at this point.
I don't want him locked up. I want him to play basketball.
Well, I'm gonna lock him up for a 4-year contract.
You want him in prison for 4 years? No. All right. Yeah, shout out Cody Williams.
All right. The big news in the NBA this week has been Bam Adebayo Now, number 2 in single game scoring, he scored 83 points.
What the heck, man?
So,
What?
yeah, we were all, like, texting, going crazy, like, as it was happening, like,
I had to tune
we were
in.
texting, like, he's got 30 in the first quarter, and then it's, oh, he has 50, like, oh, he has 60, he has 70, and then it's like,
No,
Yeah,
jokingly, I was like, "Oh, he could beat Kobe's record." Like, jokingly.
we were
And
'cause
then
we
I'm
were
like,
texting
"Wait, he
back
could
and
actually
forth.
do it."
Yeah, we were
It's
texting back and forth, and
crazy.
I remember saying like, and like one of my friends texted me and was like, "Dude, he could beat Kobe's record." And this is when he had like 70, I think, and I was like, "Yeah, but like, okay, we'll see, because it's the fourth quarter."
Yeah.
I've seen burners that kind of just like peter out and they don't end up breaking a record when people thought they were.
Yeah.
But Bam just like he just kept going, man.
He didn't stop.
Or we've seen it where, like, this will happen, and then he'll get pulled out of the game and just sit the rest of the game, especially when they were up by so many points. But he just stayed in. They kept giving him the ball, like
Shout out to
prime
Eric
example.
Spoelstra.
No, for real. But like prime example, Klay Thompson when he had 60,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
sat the whole fourth quarter. He could have had like 75 points.
Yeah.
Easy.
And the thing is like, now looking back, Klay Thompson will never beat that
Get
record.
that opportunity.
And we will never know how many points he could have scored if like he was just unleashed the fourth quarter. Which is like, it's kind of nice to see. It's just like, yeah, you're having the game of your life right now. Just like go out and like see what you can do. Like, I think we need more of that when these guys are dropping 60, 70 points. It was fun to watch.
It's exactly like that's what drives me nuts about this is I'm sure you guys have opinions about the like discourse around it too, but the way that people are, instead of talking about how inexplicable, how insane, like what universe are we in that Bam Idris Bamonte Adebayo is dropping 83 points in an NBA game. Not LeBron, not Steph, not Jokic, not Shea, not Wemby, not Luka, not Embiid, not Karl Anthony Towns.
Not Klay Thompson.
Bam Adebayo dropped 83 points. Why are we complaining about free throws? Who cares? Who cares about free throws?
I saw someone say this is the weakest 80-point performance of all time.
It's the craziest thing
There have been 3 different 80-plus point performances in NBA history. 83 is 83. Like, I don't care. Like, it's so cool. Like, I get he shot almost 50 free throws. He almost shot a full team's like amount of free throws in one game. But like, this is 83 points from Bam Adebayo. This is
had
insane.
To shoot those.
And he will never be that hot again in his life. Like, he had the game of his life, and we got to see it, and it was awesome.
And I'll say this: if this was Wembanyama, we would be talking about how he's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, it would clinch him the MVP if he dropped 83 points.
Single-handedly.
Nothing against Wemby, but like, what is this perception? I have it down in my notes. I think that the reason that people don't like free throws, I think this is what it all comes down to, is because the difference between a 3-pointer or a layup or a mid-range jumper
it's undeniable.
It's flat. That's a bucket. You can't argue that. Free throws, because by the nature of them, is dictated by a referee. People like there's a degree of separation because there's interpretation involved, and so people, because there's interpretation, automatically are like, oh well, I didn't interpret it to be that way, and so it is undermined by someone's own doubt about whether or not it was counted or not. And part of sports culture is complaining about refs. That's like always been a thing. And so when people don't respect referees, they're going to complain about free throws, and now free throws are the most hated thing on the planet.
And I'll also kind of add to this, like, and this feels pretty recent as well, like when Shea started breaking out. When James Harden was doing this, twice as bad, we did not hear a single word from anyone about free throws.
People were more upset about his step back threes than they were about his free throws.
Which is,
I've got a pair of James Harden socks. I love the guy. I do actually have a pair of James Harden socks. They're awful.
But I mean, just like as I was thinking about it, is like, yeah, to go back to that Klay Thompson, like, you think it's like he has to still think about it. He had to
Yeah.
have been thinking about it this week. Like, what if I played that fourth quarter? How many points could I have scored? He will never have he'll never beat that record. Like, he'll always be thinking like, how many points could I have scored that night?
Yeah.
And Bam will
How's-
never have that thought because he played the fourth quarter. He scored he beat Kobe's record. That's insane.
How sickening would it be to be Bam Adebayo, and instead of people celebrating how cool it is that a coach let their guy stay playing for the entire game and get 83, instead of hearing about how exciting that is, it's he got too many free throws and I didn't like it. It was not fun to watch. Shut up.
I had fun watching it.
I had a great
I
time
had a
watching it because
blast.
I'm not stupid.
Yeah, it's like
I
Sorry,
appreciate
I
NBA
hate-
history.
it's like NBA
Yeah,
fans would really
I-
rather he just like had an average game. No storylines came out of the game. It was just a whatever game. Like nothing happened that night. Like it was cool.
It was so cool.
Get out of your own butts, guys. He shoots some free throws. Yeah, he shot a lot. He broke a record for free throws. He also had 83 points. Text your mom. Like, go outside. Stop being so annoying.
I think it's cool. Shout out Bam. You went crazy. You'll forever be known as the guy that got 83. And I hope more. I mean, really, like Bam isn't known for his scoring, but like seeing this, it was absolutely awesome.
Someone's
I
gonna break 100, man.
I hope this is what opens the floodgates for guys like that in the future. Like when they have 60, 70 points, just go for it. Like it felt like Kobe's record because like unfortunately he passed. Felt like this untouchable thing. Like you can never pass that. Like you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
But now it's been broken. I hope guys go for it.
Yeah.
And I something cool that I appreciate about this is that me included, I feel like everyone looked at Wilt's 100-point record and thought there is no way we're ever going to see an NBA player score 100 points in a game ever again. Bam Adebayo got 83 and he's not even that much of a scorer.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get 100, man. It's going to happen.
You would think for it to happen, like imagine like the Wizards were a better team and that game goes to overtime or double overtime. It could have.
That's a lock.
Do you guys remember when Donovan Mitchell scored 71 in a game and people were complaining because it was in overtime? What are we doing? Why did we let these people have opinions? It was in overtime. He got 71 points.
People wanted him to just be like, "Oh, it's overtime. I can't score anymore. Here, take the ball. You go score. We're trying to win a game, but I don't want to score."
Anytime someone is starting to lose an NBA argument, every time it always goes back to, well, I just don't think that's fun to watch. I don't think it's a good product. Why do you care if the NBA is a good product or not? Why are we caring about TV ratings? I don't care.
You're not getting a cut of the revenue.
Why do we care? Is it validation for you?
I understand entertainment value. Like entertainment value is a big thing. And as the consumer, like I enjoy watching basketball. I don't enjoy like there's some aspects of basketball I don't really enjoy right now. But I'm not going to be like complaining about how I hate the basketball product when majority of the product is fine and I enjoy watching it. Like doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't like that at the end of close games it becomes a foul thing. That's boring. I don't think that it's Bam Adebayo's fault. I don't think it's. Do you think Donovan Mitchell gives a flying crap that you're not having fun watching him score 71 points?
No,
he'll punch you in the forehead. Who cares? Golly. Anyway, shout out Bam Adebayo. Shout out Donovan Mitchell. Shout out Cody Williams. Shout out Johnny Juzang too.
All right, should we get into some trivia?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one.
Let's do some trivia.
Okay. All right, so the trivia is going to be NBA career paths. So you're going to see an image. It'll say this guy played for this team this many years, went to this team for this many years, went to this team for how many years. They could be They could still be active. They're going to increase in difficulty as we go on. A little note is if the player did not actually suit up and play a game for the team, they're not going to be listed. So like Russell Westbrook's not here because he didn't suit up for the Jazz and play a game. But all these guys at one point were on the Jazz. So there's that's the theme. I guess it's Jazz themed.
TJ Mabenga.
Okay, so they're going to increase in difficulty as we go on. So this first guy spent 12 years in Memphis, came to the Jazz for 4 years, and then went to the Timberwolves for 4 years. I think it's obvious. We know who it is.
All right.
What do you think?
Javin, you want to do it together?
3,
1,
2.
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley.
All right. Yep.
That was going to be so
Conley.
delayed from the Discord.
All right. They are going to increase in difficulty. So I think I've got some pretty tough ones that might stump you.
I'm actually so horribly bad at this type of trivia. So this will be exciting to see if I can get any of these.
All right. So here we go. Second one. So this guy spent 7 years in Utah, went to Boston for 3, went to Charlotte for 4, and then to OKC for 1 year. Who is it?
Gordon Hayward.
Yep. Gordon Hayward.
Mm-hmm. All right. Pretty easy so far. I think maybe starting now is when maybe a little step up, but I think you guys will still get these ones pretty easily. All right, here's your next one. So spent half a year in Brooklyn, 9 years in Utah, 1 year on the Pelicans, came back to Utah for a year, and then went to OKC for 1 year.
I got it. I got the answer.
And you look a little confused. I do need to mention there's all kind of time periods in here. I think they're all 2000s past, but like for example, that might not be the Brooklyn Nets. It could be the New Jersey Nets. Like this is the current day logos.
Yep.
So I'll just say that.
Yeah.
So I know Jake knows it. Javin, what are you thinking?
Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I know.
Okay. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah,
I'll guess first. I'm going Derek Favors.
Yeah, that was my guess too.
Yep, that is correct. It's Derek Favors.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next one. So this guy spent 8 years in Utah, went to Milwaukee for 1 year, to Orlando for 1 year, and then to the Timberwolves for 2. Javin knows. Jake looks a little confused.
Oh, no, I got it.
Okay, who is it?
Yeah.
Joe Ingles.
You go. Yeah, it's Joe Ingles.
Yes.
Yeah, it was boggling me for a second, and then
first half a second I was like, Ersan Ilyasova.
All right, here's this next one. Spent 4 years on the Lakers. 3 years on the Cavs.
This is easy.
Came to the Jazz for 6 years and is currently on the Knicks in their first year.
JC, baby.
Who is it? Yep.
Jordy McClarkson.
Yep. Okay, these are all in pretty easy. I think this next one will be decently easy, and then after that, I think it definitely takes a step up. Spent 6 years in Utah, went to the Nets for 5 years, and then to the Mavericks for 2, and then to the Cavaliers for 1 year.
I know.
Javin knows. Jake, what are you thinking?
Oh, no, I got it.
All right. Who is it?
It's Darren Williams.
Yep. That was my guess, Darren Williams.
Okay. Here is definitely where it takes a step up, I think.
Okay.
I'm hoping to stump you guys with some of these.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So this guy spent 2 years in Utah, went to the Nuggets for 1, and then to Golden State for 2, and then to New Orleans for 2. What are you guys thinking?
Oh.
I want to hear your thought process going through this. And I do have some hints if you need them.
This is their full career, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he's either currently on the Pellies or he's out of the league but was on the Pellies. I doubt he's currently on the Pellies right now. Oh, I feel like I know it. Who played for the Nuggets and then the Dubs right after that?
I will say I don't remember him on the Nuggets. I don't know if he played a full season. He did suit up for them, but I don't remember him as a Nugget at all.
I've kind of paid a passive attention to the Nuggets for a bit, so I would be more likely to remember him on the Nuggets than I would on the Dubs.
You guys want a hint?
Yeah, what year
Yeah.
what year window is this?
Okay. Well, so I'll give you this. In his Golden State stint, he won a championship.
Oh my gosh.
And he is currently retired.
Oh, I had an idea.
You got it?
Do you have it?
I do. I think so.
I
Jake, take another 10, 15 seconds. I know you know this guy. You're gonna be
it's
kicking
gonna kill
yourself.
me. Yeah. I'm drawing a blank, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
All right,
Is it
Javin.
Andrew Bogut?
No, it is not Andrew Bogut.
Oh my god! It's a.
All right.
Is it a big man?
All right, I'm glad I stumped you with one of these. This is Ian Clark.
Yeah.
Oh! No,
I
he
never
was a
would've guessed
Warrior
that.
before he was a Jazzman.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
No way! Oh!
I was so
gonna
confident
guess
that it
Ian
was Andrew
Clark.
Bogut. I was so confident it was Andrew Bogut. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
gosh.
for sure.
All right. I'm really glad I was able to stump you. I've got a lot more that in my opinion, were harder than that one. So we'll see.
Let's get it.
All right. Here's this next one. So this guy spent 3 years in Utah, went to Washington for 1, went to the Knicks for 2, to the Mavericks for 1, to the Sixers for 1, and then back to the Mavericks for 3 years.
Okay,
I think
I got this.
Maybe I know this.
Okay, Jake got it quick.
Yeah, I got that. This
Is
is
Dante Exum?
like
no. I know Jake knows this guy, so
I know.
I guess that's not surprising.
What would I know this guy? Like, is this within my
Maybe.
Jazz tenure?
I don't think so.
This is like key Jazz memory for me.
Jake, what year was this guy drafted? What year was he drafted?
2013.
He's drafted in 2013.
Yes, I got it, but
man, I feel like I could get it.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready, and then I'll say it.
So he's drafted 2013.
I'll give you this.
What was it?
Point guard.
Oh, he's a point guard?
Yeah.
Drafted a point guard in 2013.
Yeah. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll get it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'll give you like 20 more seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Point guard in 2013.
This guy hit a game winner on the Knicks while he was on the Jazz.
Amazing game winner.
All right, you got a final guess?
I don't know. Thabo Cephalosha.
Okay, no. Jake.
Shout out to my boy Trey Burke.
Oh my gosh,
go, baby!
Yes.
How did I not guess Trey Burke? I literally guessed Dante Exum. Trey Burke is obviously the next step after Dante Exum.
Yeah,
I cannot believe I didn't guess that.
Should have won Rookie of the Year.
All right, I've got
Over
3.
MPJ.
I've got 3 more. I've got 3 more.
No, not MPJ.
I've got 3 more.
Yes, let's do it.
I think these last 3 are all pretty tough.
Okay.
So this guy spent 3 years in Minnesota, 1 year in Washington, 2 years on the Clippers, came to Utah for only 1 season, then went to Denver for 3 seasons, to OKC for 1, and then to Brooklyn for 1 year.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Ooh. We definitely know this guy.
We definitely know this guy.
Mm.
We definitely know this guy.
So drafted the Timberwolves, played there for 3 seasons.
Active?
No, he is not active.
Do we definitely know this guy because he's like is he a personal like favorite among us 3?
Yes, he is.
Is it Pete
Yes,
Chilcutt?
absolutely he is. No, it's not Pete Chilcutt. Okay, so this guy was on the Jazz in the 2012-13 season.
Okay, yeah. So that was not Pete Chilcutt era.
Oh, I got it. I have it.
Yeah?
I have it.
He's on the Jazz for 2012, you said?
Oh, I got it.
Yes.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, it's Randy Foye.
Yeah.
It is Randy Foye.
Yeah.
It is
Randy Foye. 3 of the
Foye.
clutchest years in NBA history were on that Nuggets team.
Dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say just look at the Jazz going to the Nuggets.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because that was before the Nuggets even looked like that, so I wasn't even like conflating those colors. Because that was when the Nuggets had their weird like baby blue color. That was like Kenneth Faried Manimal years.
All right, so I've got two more. These last two are pretty tough.
Okay.
All right, so this guy spent 2 years in Philadelphia, 1 year in Dallas, came to the Jazz for 2 seasons, went to the Suns for 4 seasons, then went to Charlotte for 2, went to Golden State and played a single game, and then came back to the Jazz for 2 more years.
Is this current or like is this recent?
He is not active, and it is not recent.
Not recent. We know this guy though, right?
Yeah, you guys know. Yeah, you know this guy.
I keep hating to ask like what the era or like what decade this lies in because
it is really important.
just say
though.
when his career started.
So his career started in 2000.
Okay.
That helps a ton.
And his final year on the Jazz was the 2011-12 season.
I actually I think I have it.
Yeah?
Yes, I think I have it.
Jake, tell me if you agree. This guy's probably most known for his years on the Suns.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, he spent 4 years there.
Yeah. I don't really remember him besides him being in a Jazz uniform on any other team.
So, Javin, I'll tell
maybe
you.
Maybe the
shooting
Bobcats.
guard. This is a shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it was the Bobcats, not the Hornets.
Oh my gosh.
This is a shooting guard primarily known for his defense.
This is like your wheelhouse, Javin.
I know. That's why I'm...
He was a really good three-point shooter.
He was.
He was like a 3-and-D. And Jake, this guy was on the Steve Nash Suns, right?
Yes.
Like the Steve Nash,
7
Amari
seconds or less.
Stoudemire,
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns.
Yeah. He was great on these Suns.
All right, Javin. I need a final guess.
I can't even think of a final guess.
All right, Jake, you want to say it?
This is Raja Bell.
Yes, it is.
Let's go.
I feel so dumb, bro.
So this is my last one. It was kind of a toss-up between which one was more difficult, that one or this one. But we'll go with this one. We'll see how it goes.
I got to go out with a bang. I got to go out with a Besma bang.
All right. So this guy spent 4 years in Utah. First 4 years of his career. Went to the Grizzlies, played 5 games. Went to the Bulls for 2 years. And then bounced around. Went to the Knicks for a year. OKC for a year. Houston for a year. And then went back to the Bulls and played a single game. And that was the last game of his career. He's retired.
I might have an idea, but I don't know.
2 years with the Bulls. Yes. What year was he drafted?
More known for the Jazz in the 2000s. He
was drafted, or his first year with the Jazz was the 2006-07 season.
Okay, this is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good. I may have a guess.
The 6-7.
I don't think it's right, but I do know this guy played for the Bulls. I just don't know about the other teams.
I have a feeling you have it.
I may have it.
What was the team? What team did we have in 2006 to 2007?
The greatest Jazz team since, or like the best playoff Jazz team since, the Stockton Malone years.
This was our Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer years.
Like, great team.
Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer.
AK-47
played on that team. Yeah, Kaliko played on that team.
It is a shooting guard, small forward.
Oh yeah, I got it. He was a good piece on that team, though. I will say that. From who I'm thinking of.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Count down to 3 and then say your guess.
I'll guess it. I don't think I'm right though.
Okay. Do you want me to guess?
Yeah, you go first.
Is this Ronnie Brewer?
Javin, what's your guess?
My guess is Derek Fisher. And it's
Okay.
not right though, because
It is
Derek
Ronnie
Fisher played for
Brewer.
the Lakers.
That's insane.
It is Ronnie Brewer.
Ah,
Oh my
I-
gosh, that's
okay.
crazy.
that is like probably the like blindest blind spot for me in terms of jazz, like my jazz lore, because it wasn't the 90s and it wasn't when I started paying attention to the Jazz, and it was right before we were terrible.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it was the Ian Clark one that got you guys, but I'm glad I stumped you on something.
No,
So,
Ian
I got
mission
stuff on
accomplished.
everything, bro.
Oh.
I'm terrible at those.
That was
All right,
fun though.
well, that was
I
trivia.
like that. That was fun.
Yeah, it took me a while to make those graphics on my
right.
little phone at work. All right, so let's get into the Foy factor to close out the episode.
Yeah. All right. I apologize for that terrible showing, friends and neighbors. Next week is my trivia. I'm gonna get just downright evil with it. So you guys better study up. So the Foy factor for this episode is Thursday the 5th until today the 12th, which includes I believe it was the Wizards game, the Bucks game, the Warriors game, and the Knicks game. So I'll give you 2, 3, and 4, and then I'll give you last and first. Second place was Bryce Sensabaugh with a Foy factor rating of 104.7. So that's pretty good.
That's good.
Third place was Ace Bailey with a 103.6. So he was right behind Bryce. Their numbers looked pretty similar. Bryce had a better offensive rating and a slightly worse defensive rating, but the spread was a little bit tighter, and he had a higher usage rate. Ace Bailey in third, and then fourth, Cody Williams with a 95.7, which is really impressive from him. That puts him around like decent to strong starting player. In last place, we have John Conchar with a Jazzmen podcast record low of a 61.4.
And okay, so what did you have to do to make the list? You had to play a certain amount of minutes, right?
Yes, so I ranked the top 5 guys in terms of average minutes played over that span.
Okay.
And I took Anderson Garcia was like almost in the top 5, so I would have taken him out because he's only played one game. But yeah, so the top 5 guys in terms of average minutes played. So Cody Williams averaged the most minutes played. He averaged like 30 something. He was playing a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was.
John Conchar played the third most minutes, and I think he was just. I have some fun. I actually have some fun facts about that after. But yeah, John Conchar with a 61.4, pretty rough. The winner of this week's Foy factor is Kyle Filipowski with a 106.2.
Let's go.
Nice.
He's been playing
Flip.
He's been playing out of his mind. His offensive and defensive rating respectively was 131 to 114. That is really good.
Really good.
131 is like that's all-star level.
Yeah.
But yeah, so John Conchar is a very interesting box score guy, like advanced stats guy. He had so on the game against the Nuggets. So this was not in this week, but I saw it when I was looking at his stats. The Nuggets game that we had where he was kind of shutting down Jokic a little bit. He had an offensive rating of 195. I have no idea. His box score was 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. I think like we must have just been scoring really well when he was on the floor. And then against the Warriors, he had an offensive rating of 161. So he's just like he was playing really well in those games. The interesting thing though, so yeah, for those 2 games, his offensive rating averages out to be between 161 and 195. For the 3 games in between those 2 games though, his splits were 0.7 points, 3.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 3 stocks. his foy factor for those 3 games was 48. So he's just
which would be like out of the league, like you're out of the league.
That's a foy factor score of 48.4. That is horrible. So he's I think he's just like confounding for advanced stats. He's undefinable by advanced stats.
Looking at
like
your syllabus
averages.
here, this metric of like this scoring range is so bad that it doesn't even reach what your lowest scoring range is on your.
And I need to tweak it a little bit. In my syllabus, I just have like a thing that just for Spencer and Jake, so they can kind of understand it, like a general range of like what the numbers would equate to for like a player's talent level. And I need to tweak it a little bit. I think that I need to move the numbers up a bit more. But just so that you guys know, 70 to 85 is considered a rotation player. And John Conchar has not been playing at a rotation player level as far as the foy factor is concerned.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and the advanced stats aren't everything.
Okay, well, I need to say
they can tell a story.
You have here that 115 plus is MVP level. And you wrote down that his foy for those 2 games, the Nuggets and the Warriors games, would have been 117.
Yeah.
If he was playing like an MVP in those games.
And in terms of advanced stats,
and then in between, he would have been out of the league.
Yes, so he signed him to a 10-day, and he will get 2 MVP performances out of him and 3 high schooler performances out of him.
That's crazy.
That is insane range.
Doing the foy factor numbers today made me realize that I probably need to move my numbers up just a little bit. Or maybe not that, but like the whole season will tell a better story in terms of a player's actual foy factor as opposed to a few games, because every player obviously has streaks where they play incredibly well or incredibly badly. Yeah. John Conchar is in a just a rough spot. His usage rate is 5%, so I'm sure that's not helping him either. Whereas when he's on the floor, he's not doing very much at all for like the limited amount of time he has. He's also shooting 0.14 in efficient or effective field goal percentage, which is just really bad.
14.
Yeah, or so sorry, essentially 14%. So like usage rate is just a flat like percentage, and then effective field goal is point whatever. So like Ace was the leader this week with 0.64.
Dang.
But he's still shooting 0.14. That is really bad. He has not hit any. I think he's like 3 for like 30 from 3 this season with us so far.
Man.
I've got StatMuse right here. Let's look at it.
That's interesting. I know when we traded for him, I didn't know much about him. I just had the kind of idea that he was like a 3-point sharpshooter. But he's in a slump. He must be in a slump.
Yeah, he's shooting 13.8% from 3 since he joined us.
Oh.
Man.
Oh,
and what's his like career average, or what was he shooting in Memphis before he came over?
His career average is his average this season is 25%. His career average though is 35.
So he's like a solid shooter. He's just having a
like
down
35 is league average. He just is shooting so badly this season.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I mean, let's bring it back. Kyle Filipowski. Congratulations on your foy factor MVP for the week.
I know you've been waiting for this for your entire career, Kyle.
Been waiting on it.
It's a big moment for you, and we're all proud of you. Over here at the Jazzmen studio, we're proud of you.
He really did play great this week.
Oh yeah, dude.
Awesome.
He's been incredibly like just aggressive, and like he's getting rebounds and playing on bigger guys. I think that's something he like struggles with, is he's really good against smaller like players that are on him. Like he was kind of just kicking the crap out of Guy Santos. I was worried about his matchup with Karl-Anthony Towns, because Karl-Anthony Towns is just a lot bigger than him. But he held his own and played really impressively. Yeah. So that's like besides like Keyonte's incredible jump this season, and Cody's obviously incredible jump. I think Kyle's improvement has been really underrated.
I was gonna say that because at the beginning of the year, he was being exploited like crazy on defense. Like they would just put him on an island. But seeing his growth on the defensive end and also just offensively has been really impressive, to say the least. Like he's been really good.
Yeah. I'm super proud of the growth that Kyle's had. Is there anything else? That trivia, I love trivia. I want to do more trivia. We should do like longer segments, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be your trivia next episode, so bring what you want.
I'll
lock all kind of trivias that we can do.
Maybe I'll do a who he play for, or like maybe like a who is this, and I'll just get some. I'll get some crazy guys that you guys have never heard of, and see if you can pull out. Like I know there's a couple that I've been thinking about this week that are just like 2K generated players.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll see that.
Yeah. Hey.
Me and Jake are up for the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're down.
In terms of like flat ball knowledge in the past, I'm very weak compared to you guys because I didn't play 2K a lot or at all growing up, and I didn't really pay a ton of attention to basketball at all until like when I was like in high school. So I don't have the years of just like guys that I've seen enter and leave the league. So I gotta catch up, but I'm locked in from now on. If it's a modern player or like something, a guy on another team, I feel pretty confident. But
all right, unless anyone has any final thoughts, Javin, take us out.
Thanks for joining, guys. Next week we'll be talking about the Jazz. So I'll see you next week.
Yep.
Again, yeah. Maybe we'll even talk about basketball next week. Who knows? Stay tapped into our social medias. We post clips on there sometimes. Tell your friends and family about us. And shout out to Johnny Juzang. Bye, guys. See you next week.